Hey there everyone, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the Dan Cave, and welcome back to another monthly bench review. So this is now November, so this is the look back at October. See, I can remember the order the months are in, aren't I clever? So, October was another month, as you may guess, that went by. So as is my usual tradition, I'm going to do a little bit of a look back at what's been built, what's been bought, and what's in progress, and maybe some other random thoughts thrown in. So we're into November. Winter is closing in, but this year Telford is back, so November is boosted by Scale Model World. So that is for me next weekend. I'll be there. If any of you recognise me from the videos, feel free to say hello. So I'll be there on both days, as that's coming up quite soon. So yeah, so November we've got stuff coming up, but as this is a review of October, let's look a little bit backwards and have a look at what's been built, bought, etc. So let's go over to the other camera and have a look at what's been going on. Let's go. So first thing that was built in October was this, which is the Airfix F4f-4 Wildcat. So yeah, so nice little kit from Airfix. I mean, you can see how small it is. 72nd scale one. It's 120 odd mil long. It's not really a big kit, so let's just zoom in a little bit. So yeah, so this was quite a pleasing kit to build. Primed in UMP grey. Then I think I used ammo acrylics for the intermediate blue. I think I maybe used a Vallejo colour for the underside grey. Yeah, so airbrush straight with UMP Apex airbrush. Interior green, I think that was an ammo colour. Decals went down fine. No clear coat, and went straight in with some washes. I think I used an Ammo Pacific wash. So that's got the the lighter kind of tones on it. And then I used UMP Dark Dirt. So it's not heavily weathered. A little bit of staining, a little bit of exhaust staining, a little bit of gun staining, which hopefully I can get the camera to focus on. And yeah, it went together quite neatly, quite well. No major problems, no major dramas building this. Quite enjoyed it. And adds to a little collection of my US Navy World War II aircraft that I've got, all on 72nd scale. So yeah, nice, decent little kit from Airfix. Well worth building. Very enjoyable to build. So what was that? That was kit number 26 of the year. Yeah. Just been through quite a bit this year. So then kit number 27, which is the most recent completion actually, is the Revell 24th scale Dodge Challenger 1970. So I did buy a little turntable, which I think I posted a video of on one of the Facebook pages of this car. Mainly the idea that for bench reviews I don't necessarily have to pick kits up as much and I don't have to handle them as much, but I actually quite like looking at them. So so yeah, so this was a really enjoyable kit to build. Relatively old Revell monogram kit, but goes together pretty well. I think the front and rear valance, the only areas of major trouble, so a little bit of filling required on that. But once that's done, the body work is then, you know, is all together in good shape. So that was primed in UMP grey. The base colour is Gravity Spain, Chrysler Mango Tango. So it's a modern Chrysler Dodge colour, but I thought it looked really nice. Goes quite well on this. So the wheels are done in UMP gloss black primer, and then chrome was removed on the bumpers, and then Molotow was airbrushed and then coated with aqua gloss a couple of days later just to protect them. And then interior is variety of acrylic. Chassis is UMP gloss black primer as well, because I quite like that. Yeah, and a variety of acrylics for everything else. So, you know, kind of usual. So Gravity Spain 2K, the clear that I've used on this. So if you've watched the Suzuki build, you'll know I started using Gravity Spain's 2K on that. Didn't have a particularly good time with it. Entirely my fault. Completely user error. Next day I did this, the 2K, and it went on flawlessly. I'll be honest, the only flaws in the 2K are a couple of dust spots, most of which I've kind of removed or flattened back a little bit. Certainly the roof is pretty much clear. But yeah, so kind of usual micro mesh and UMP polishing system then to sort that out. As you can see, I have added some ignition leads to the engine, so other than that it's pretty much stock. But yeah, I have to say that was a really enjoyable kit to build. Would recommend that Revell kit to anyone out there if you like your US muscle cars. I have a few more muscle cars in the stash. I've got Dodge Charger, I've got all the Revell Fast and Furious kits, Pontiac GTO, I've got Pontiac Firebird. Yeah, I do quite enjoy building them. They are actually fun to build. Yeah, there'll be a few more of those in the future at some point. So that was the only other kit finished in October. So that's the what's been built done. So next up is the what's been bought. So what's been bought? So the what's been bought section is fairly short this month. There's only 3 kits bought. First of which was this, which is the Revell Audi A4 DTM 2009. So I've got a C-Class DTM car as well, so there's only the BMW I'm missing. These are very rare these days, they're very hard to find, and when you do they tend to be pretty darn expensive. So this, I won't say it was a bargain, but it was a reasonable price on eBay, so quite pleased that I found this. Looks a really nice kit. As is usual with me, the things you bought most recently, the things you want to start, so I'm, you know, almost feel like I want to dive into this fairly straight away. So the other things that have been bought, because I started that Toyota 88, and I've got the Tamiya C9 as well. I felt a little bit of an urge to get some Le Mans cars, so I picked up this boxing of the Nissan R390 from Tamiya. Again, looks a pretty standard Tamiya affair, not the most detailed kit. Yeah, it's got something of an engine in there, body shell, chassis. It does look like it's got window masks, which is nice. There are some others. There is another scheme of this available. I think there's a brand new blue scheme as well the following year. So I might have a look and maybe get that if I can find it. I don't know, I quite like the black and red myself, but yeah, that looks quite good. And then I also picked up this as well, so the Toyota GT1. Again, it's on a kind of theme of Le Mans cars, just because I started one. It's again similar to the Nissan. Looks quite a nice kit. Engine, chassis, some chrome bits. There's the wheels in there. Yeah, wheels are in black. Tires and polycaps. So yeah, so that looks quite nice. Again, you know, for a reasonably cheap price. I think I only picked these up because I was buying something, like some paint, and some kits fell in the basket as well while I was buying it. So that's the what's been bought. Not a huge amount. Quite restrained for me, but then, you know, Telford's coming up, so I had to be a little bit conscious of that. But there we go. So, what's in progress? To move on to what's in progress. So I've only got 2 kits in progress at the moment. First of which is the video build series, which is already out there and up to part 4. That's the Tamiya 12th scale Suzuki RGV Gamma. 99, 2000, I can't remember which year, 99. So yes, as you can see, that's pretty much at a stage where the motor is in the frame. So that'll be covered in part 5, which hopefully will come out in the next week. Body panels are there, they've been painted, cleared, badly cleared I will say. You would have seen that in part 4 of the video series. Reasonably okay, the recovery on them, you know, kind of we'll say they're good enough. They're passable. Yeah, so, you know, kind of really enjoyed the engine kind of work. We'll see that in part 5 of the video. So the engine and frame will need a little bit of a kind of wash with some, I don't know, we'll either use kind of enamel dark grime or black, maybe use UMP dark dirt just to wash the engine a little bit, just to highlight the details and pick out the detail points, because it can look quite flat without it. So that's kind of where it is at the moment. So that's that one. So exhausts are over in the spray booth at the moment because they've just been primed. So then the other kit that is in progress, well, there's the body shell. So there's this, which is the Hasegawa Toyota 88, which is in, I'm sure it's somewhere in the instructions, which is in the Taka Q scheme, which is yellow and black. The black and white picture, so that doesn't help. So that's the main body works. That's primed yesterday in UMP white primer. So it's not pure white because the plastic is actually yellow. So it would take a lot of coats to get that to a pure white, but because it's going to be painted yellow anyway, I wasn't too worried about that. That was more just to give a good kind of prime base for the kit. So reasonably pleased with that primer finish. Maybe a few dust spots just to sand back, but that should hopefully go into base colour paint quite soon, which I think from looking at the instructions and the decal sheet is pretty much going to be yellow forward and then black kind of aft and then diagonally down the side of the car, and I think there's decals for the white transition. So that could be the tricky bit, because the decals are white. So I may have to do the yellow, do the black, maybe give that a clear coat of something just to act as a barrier to try and help the decals not bleed too much, because they don't look that thick in the Hasegawa decals. Of course, that's assuming the Hasegawa decals, because it's quite old. It's quite an old kit, which is a second-hand kit. Decals look okay, but I won't really know how they'll be until I start doing it, in which case they could disintegrate and we could be out looking for a set of spare decals for it. But that is the other kit in progress. So I was nearly at the point of starting another kit. I was going to start this Airfix Vintage Classic Concorde. So I started unboxing yesterday, and sadly Airfix have gone and given me 2 right wings. So sadly there is no left wing for the aircraft. So that was a little bit of a disappointment. I need to write an email to Airfix customer services to get that resolved. But I will say it's an old kit, really shows its age. I don't know whether I'm going to do wheels up or wheels down, but either way I think it's going to be a simple build. Just kind of chuck that together, that was the plan, but missing its left wing, so there we go. Yeah. So need to get that sorted with Airfix, but that should hopefully be okay. So yeah, so that's pretty much it from what's on the bench. Really looking forward to Telford. Hopefully it'll be a good show despite everything going on. But either way, I'm going anyway. So there we go. Hopefully I'll see some of you there. Anyway, back to me for a wrap up. There we go. That is October in a nutshell. As you can see, a couple of kits finished again. Probably not as many as I wanted, but stuff gets in the way. Bit of holiday, some other things going on. It is what it is. But I've finished some kits that I've been really pleased with the ones that I have done. So yeah, few kits bought. Been trying to rein in. I'm buying a little bit, just kind of waiting for Telford. I'll have a little bit more shopping around at Telford, and maybe invest in a few more kits. Not that I'm short of kits to build. So the in progress stuff. So yeah, so you can see the Suzuki is taking shape. Up to part 4 on the video build series. Had some issues with clear coat. But we've played on through anyway, tried to fix them as best I can, and I'm working on I think the engine is just done, so I've got the video footage, so hopefully that'll come out not long after this video, and the exhausts are in progress as well, so they've been primed today, so they'll probably be in the part after that where I'll probably do, I'm thinking exhaust, maybe forks, yeah, something like that, and then that'll probably lead on to maybe the final part. Yeah, Toyota 88 is in progress, so I have videoed all of that. Still not sure if I want that to be a video build. See how it progresses. That's primed, as you saw. We'll try and get that into paint over the coming days if I get time. So not a huge amount in progress. I'm kind of thinking about what I'm going to build over the next few weeks. I know November's going to be busy for me anyway, so Telford next weekend. Then I think I'm away with work the week after, and then I'm away start of December. So November's quite packed, so I might not get as much bench time. Even though I complain about it every month that I don't get a huge amount, I'll probably have even less in November, so maybe less done. So, but there we go. We'll So thank you for watching. Thank you for sitting here listening to me waffle on about stuff. If you've not done so already, please subscribe, please pop a like, click the bell notification as well so you get notified of what videos are coming up. Please feel free to drop a comment, but most importantly, thank you all for watching, and happy modelling out there, and we'll see you all very soon. So thank you, bye bye.